Alright, so we are back in the basement looking at the 84501. We're not going to be running this today because we have something far more interesting than this thing. So if you guys remember, if you've watched my videos for a long time, or if you've just in general seen my pretty old videos, you'll know that the first opener I ever had was a Genie Trac drive, and for a long time I've been looking for a Trac drive. And well, now I have one again. So, last night, found this on Craigslist, went and picked it up this afternoon. Actually, I did not find this. Vemco Machines actually sent me the listing, so thank you for that. But either way, I finally have a Trac drive again. This one is the model 810, if you can see in there. The original one I had was a model 250, which was a little different. It had a red case, no light shade, and it was a 1/4 horsepower. So I guess I'll just show you this opener and everything that came with it. So first of all, this is just the single light model that has this plastic cover on the back here. This one is a 1/3 horsepower, I'm assuming. This one has, you can see the cover, this is where the big gear is, and then you have the drive shaft. The tape would go in here. Now, the reason this opener got replaced is because the drive tape actually broke on it. I did not get a rail with this, and I didn't get an outer trolley with it. So I wouldn't be able to install this anyway, which, it's okay. I don't really mind. So you can see, so yes, I did get the original light lens with it. These light lenses are very, very rare to find. Now, this one is a little broken. There's supposed to be, I think, a tab right here, or I think it's supposed to be a tab right here that holds it in up top, but that is broken, so I have it held on with a piece of tape on this side. We have, of course, the 3 terminals on the front. This one is 12 dip switches, and this one does not have punch-out switches like my 250 did. This one is actual switches. The remote that I got with it is a GT912. Obviously, this is not the original remote. The remote that would have come with this would have been the 1890, which I don't have one, unfortunately. This here is the original wall button to this opener. Some of the models had one with had a little LED on them. This one does not have that. This is the original wiring to this button, so that's always kind of cool. And then, not only did I get the opener, well, here, let me show you all these other parts here first. So, this is the manual for that GT912, and, hold on, I have to do something. Alright, so yeah, that's the manual for the remote. This is just a newer door bracket that probably is not original. This is the inner slide for it. It would, let me show you actually, this tape basically clips in to one of these holes. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Clips into the hole like that, and it swings. Let's do this. There. Swings around, and then these other little pegs fit into some other holes like so, and this is supposed to stick out the end of the tape. I didn't put it in the right spot, but that's the inner slide. I have the limit switches, so looks like the terminal is busted on this one. That's unfortunate. But yes, both limit switches. One of these has, I thought one of these would have had 2 spade connections on it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, these are the old limit switches. And then we have some of the nuts and bolts, screws, miscellaneous hardware. Now, I also got some of the original manuals and whatnot to it. This stuff is actually really cool. We'll go through some of this stuff here. So, this is the Model 810 is the one I have. This manual is also for the 250, which is the one I used to have. And then the 840. This one here is the 840 with 2 lights on it. So, you can see that's the company that originally installed this opener. So, you've got instructions. You've got, see, that's what the remote would have looked like that it would have come with. And here you can kind of see that's what the whole thing would have looked. So you can see the model. The 250 would have been a 1/4 horsepower. The 810 would have been a 1/3 horsepower. 840 also would have been 1/3 horsepower. And the 840 actually would have had 4 lights on it. So, it's funny. This says the light on the 840 automatically turns off 2 minutes and 16 seconds after the door stops moving. That's a funny. It's a weird specific light delay. Anyway, and here you can see some of the parts that this would have come with. Someone's got a price here, not sure what that's for, but again, some more parts. This is the button for the GS840. Would have had a little LED light right there. So you've got your assembly instructions. And then you've got the installation for hanging it to the door. And this is all pretty standard here. You've got setting the limit switches. You've got your wiring. Looks like the limit switch wire goes to terminal 3. That's interesting. And then you've got wiring the wall button. And let's see, clutch adjustment, which it's kind of looking like it's saying the clutch is supposed to stick out from the side. I don't think it does. Unless it's supposed to, oh, how's this back cover come out of here? I'd ideally like to not break this. Oh, there's a little hole here. I guess that's where the clutch, you would adjust the clutch from. Okay. Sorry, this is my first time really looking through some of these. So, and you can see here, this is bought in 1984. Got some troubleshooting info. Okay. This right here is just some more instructions on how to hang the opener to the ceiling. So you've got a few different models pictured. We got like a GS200, an 850, and again one of the Trac drives. So that's kind of cool. This here is basically instructions on how to reinsert the drive tape into the opener. So yeah, so basically if you were to have the tape come out of the sprocket, this is how you could you would have to manually take the clutch apart and then spin it by hand to get it in there. Also, so you've got a bunch of different models here. I have no clue what a 3300 is. I've never heard of that, never seen it before. I don't know. So that's actually quite interesting. And then this here is really cool. This is an old catalog, old Genie catalog. Is there a date here? 1981, I guess, is when this catalog is from. So, got in here. It's pretty much literally just an entire catalog. Here it's talking about the code card receivers. I have a few of those. We've got some of the safety features. You can see we've got the inside of a clutch screwdriver there. These are some of the screwdriver openers they offered. We have the 880, the 820. This one, I've heard of that one. Never really seen one though. This one though, model GS419A, says that this one can actually lift up to a 10-foot high door. That's something interesting that I've never heard of before. And then we have, this was, I guess, their first DIY screwdriver openers. You had the 850 and the 800. You can kind of see what the box would have looked like. That's the exact same rail system that the screw goes together the exact same way as the new ones do. And then we have some chain drives here. This one, again, never heard of this one, model GS600SR. And then you have the 209, the 209SR. SR means it has a sectional rail. So, definitely very, very cool. So, yeah. So, very cool. Anyway, I think I've been talking for long enough. So let's go ahead and run this track drive for you using the wall control, and we'll show you how this thing sounds. Here we go. I do have to stop it manually because I don't have limit switches hooked up, but it's not really that loud. Sounds kind of about the way I expected it to, honestly. We'll run this down. Yeah, and then we'll run it one more time here using this GT912. So yeah, there you go. That is the Genie Trac Drive model 810. Very, very cool. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.